and welcome to a new rant. I didn't do this much of rants lately, am I? And I want to talk about something that I feel everyone missed the mark when they talk about it, which is the mobile games. Everyone say mobile games because they are bad because there are mobile games. I have an Android phone, a Note 3. I know it's kind of old, but I still feel it work fine, so I need to replace it. Anyway, I feel that I was having that moment early this year, in January and December 2014. I was looking up for a lot of games for mobile phone, and I was like have this idea to find good ones. I must find good games for phones, and I have hard time to find one that are good. There are a few that I find that I think you should check it out. Like there are Quadro Boss and Shadowblade, Quest Keeper, Typewriter, and this is like I'm looking at the games that I look at Fiv, and there are 8 games, and I maybe look for 100 games, and this is all what I find good games for phone. Now, everyone say that the phone games are bad because mobile is bad, but can't be true, because we had the Game Boy in the 90s, and it was maybe 1,000 times weaker than any phone we have. Some people say because of the input itself, which is because there are no keys, but I don't think this is a problem either. I don't think the problem is in the hardware itself because it's not strong, because phones are stronger than the BSB now. My Note 3 is as strong as the BSB. I will not say as strong as the Vita, but maybe new phones are stronger than the Vita. Okay, and the keys, which is I don't think so, because phones can do more than just press a button. Yes, it can do the button pressing. You can't make a platforming game, but you can make good puzzle games. You can make good strategy games. You can make good RPGs game. JRPG will be great in phone. Actually, I think JRPG can be better in phone because you can just press the menu directly on the screen without needing to move up, down, right. No, you can do it. So, I think everyone missed the mark of why mobile games are bad. First, it is not the hardware fault. This is X, big X on it. Second, it's not because there are no buttons. Big X on that. There are 2 real problems here. One, I think the companies don't take mobile games seriously enough. They don't make the games that are good. They don't put much money on that. One of the best games I found for mobile phone is Rayman Jungle, and the other Rayman game, Festival, I think, or something. Both are by Ubisoft for the mobile phone, and yes, there are very good games. I recommend them, but there are remake of the game that released on the PS3 and the PC and all console, I think. Rayman Legend and Rayman Origins. They don't take it seriously. And of course the microtransaction, which is very, very bad thing. But this is a problem, but this is side of problem. This is like something happened because of the real problem. The real problem is the Google Play Store and the iOS Store. I don't know what the iOS Store called. Maybe the market, I don't know what to call. But both are awful. I used the iOS Store a few times for my niece to download games for them, and it is awful. It's very, very hard to find a real game there, a game that matter. There are no games you can just say, oh yeah, this is a good game to play, because there are so much no information. There are no information at all about the game inside this store. You can just find, oh yeah, by genre, like RPG, racing, puzzle. This is not real information. Will not help me decide if I want this game or not. Most of the time I see the game and see just images and I don't know what's going on here. Most of the time I was download games, I don't know what there are in the game. There was just images from the menu screen without the gameplay itself, because most of the time gameplay sucks and the genre doesn't help at all. RPG, if you hit the RPG genre, you will find all kind of shit that doesn't sound like RPG at all. Whatever you are into, the Western RPG or the JRPG, doesn't matter at all. They doesn't help. And they need filtering. First, the most important thing I think they need is filtering. So I don't want games with in-app purchases, for example. I can do that. I can search for games that doesn't have in-app purchases. And this is not just a big problem for gamers, but for kids. Because most of the time, this mobile phone will be used by kids, and they will buy microtransaction item they don't want, and they will end up crying. And they are not their fault. They are kids. What they know. So need filtering and blacklisting for another thing, that you can go to the menu and the setting. Any parents can go to the setting and say any game that paid or in-app purchases will be filtered out automatically, and the kids cannot find them in the phone in the first place. And this is need to be something in both the Play Store, Google, and the iOS store. Second, of course, we need to do that by option. I will search for something in-app purchases, because this is need to be its own thing. They marketed the in-app purchases game as free, and this is wrong. This is lying. And there need to be different kind of in-app purchases, not just one. There need to be what can be called demo, because you can buy level the full game later on, or the normal game. Of course, some companies bought two kind of the game, the free mode and the pay mode, and I think this is the best idea. I respect games that have two games, the free and the buy, because I prefer to buy the games than just buy this microtransaction shit. And of course we need tags. If you remember Steam, I was using Steam from like 2007, 2009, 2009 I think, and there was no tag system, and searching the store was horrendous. The store right now is better, because you can just go to the tag and find any game with specific tag like JRPG, virtual novel, etc, etc. You can do that in the Play Store or the iOS market. And another thing, we need better reviews. We need more information about the game. We need good information there and there. Right now, and we need they have marketplace just for the games. I think this is the idea. But this will never happen, because this is a bad business decision for both Google and Apple. They will not do that. People need to do this themselves. My suggestion is someone need to make a website or an app to download, and that app have the link to the games. So if you want Google Games, and download it, and it have all that, it's just the same idea of Steam. Just link to the Play Store to find the game themselves that you want, or maybe have the game inside. There are few apps I found that try the same thing, but didn't do it very well, like BAM, BAM for Android, and this is the best one I found, and it helped a little bit, but not that much. And I think for iOS it will be impossible to have something like that, because Apple will not let app like that will ruin their business on. But Google is okay with any app, I think, so it's not a problem. I think why I said a website will be a good idea, because Apple cannot blacklist a website. They can block an app, but they cannot block a website. We need a website that look designed well for phone, that work very well with iOS and Android, and have tag system and other thing. That will work fine. That will be great if we have that. We need a better store. We need a store that filter the in-app purchases, filter the all stupid clone games, and we need a list system that people who are registered to the app or the website can make list, can make a recommendation. Oh, if you like this game, you will go to this game, because the recommendation system in the Play Store is a piece of shit. They just recommend other game from the same company or other game. If you are into anime, maybe you know about a site called My Anime List, and this site is have an option called recommendation. If you like anime and watch it, oh, this is a great anime. You know what else anime you will like if you watch this anime, this anime, and this anime, and this anime. And this is recommendation not by the app in the site itself, but by the people. They are recommended. Oh, you like Naruto? You will like One Piece because it's both shonen fighting. Oh, you will like this anime because it have ninja in it, etc., etc. We need to have system like that. When people are, oh, you play Angry Bird, you will like this game because it is similar in this way, in this way, and this way. Oh, you will like this game because it's similar, like another review, but just smaller. And I have nothing else to say. Just do not blame the hardware itself. Do not blame it because it doesn't have keys. It can do very well without keys. Can do its own thing. Games different than PC. Games different than console. And can do very well thing. Just need better store. And this is the end of the episode. I wish you a good one. Goodbye.